Hey Clashes, 2 days ago I uploaded a mass Valkyrie guide, but I did a major mistake in that one, because I only put 18 Valkyries in that strategy. I fixed that now, and we're up to 38 Valkyries, and that should work way better, because more Valkyries, more 3 stars. At least that's how I would assume. Let's just dive into the equipments really quick and then into some attacks, because the equipments do not really change. We have King, we have the Archer Queen. Really important, the Giant Arrow on this one. It's enough on level 1. You don't need to upgrade it whatsoever. It's only for invisibility tower bases to make sure that you can trigger those early on. Then Warden, no big surprise, healing and Eternal Tome, and then the Royal Champion with the haste, with those Hog Rider puppet, with the Hog Rider puppet as well. I would say let's dive in. And let's prove that more Valkyries are more 3 stars. Okay, we're starting things off with the core base. As I said, the Giant Arrow is mainly here to trigger for Invis Towers. So that one, we don't even really care about that too much. Instead, the question is now, where do we enter? The good thing about this strategy is that we don't have to care about pathing of like Root Riders, because like there is some defenses, there are no defenses, so they're like opening the walls and compartments. Instead, we can just follow wherever you want to go, which is obviously way more relaxing. So I think we jump into the dead zone and then Earthquake on the left of the Town Hall. The Monolith then should go down with my Queen and with the Royal Champ, I believe. So let's just do that, I think. I think that might be the best idea here. Obviously, wall break early, so we don't have to do that then later. The Archer Queen can use the Giant Arrow now. Getting some pathing set up, then the Valkyries. Making sure the rest of the pathing is set up as well. Siege Barracks in the corner. Now the jump, the remaining Valkyries. I would always save a couple of Valkyries for the back end, like 4 or something, and that's already then like good enough. Now the Earthquake like that. I will use the Overgrowth like that. Poison, Warden now, and with that we're just pushing into the core. We can rage up here. We have a couple of more Valkyries. My Queen actually is following now, which is not really what I planned to do, but hey, it's okay. Let's move on. We have more Valkyries on the outside, which we can use for pathing, pushing, whatever you want to name it. Healers are in there as well. We have set up the King ability. Let's just use the King ability actually, because there is quite some damage, I guess. The heroes will get pushed around. I think my Queen eventually will backtrack towards the tunnel, which is right now the optimal thing for us to happen. We have so many Valkyries on the outside still because of the... I think it was because of the... Siege Barracks, I believe, right? I think that was the main thing here. We can wall break. I would just wall break them in here, I believe. I think that might be the best thing. We still have 2 freezes. Let's just use it for the back end here. Queen will go down. We still have the Royal Champion ability. We can use the Wizards on the outside for cleanup if we want to. Let's just do this. Let's just do that. And claim our first nice 3-star. That's how you do it. And that's like really the cool thing about this strategy. And that's something which a lot of people were wondering and surprised about. It's why to use the Earthquake, why not another jump, for example. I would say it's just more flexible, and that's what it's all about, especially Legends, right? Like being flexible. And the Root Riders are sometimes limited with their pathing, and obviously stats now have been nerfed as well quite a bit. They're still strong, don't get me wrong, but I feel like the carry now in most armies are those Valkyries, which means, do those carry Valkyries even need those support troops? And currently I would say no, they don't even need it. They just need some support spells. And since you don't need spells for Valkyries, because they are just way too quick for spells anyways, right? So the healing of the Warden is already enough by far. And let's just move on and see if we can continue our streak. Another core Town Hall base. And typically with the first super or mass Valkyrie strategy, there were some problems with bases like this, because without the Overgrowth spell, the Town Explosion, everything is making sure that those Valkyries are going down really quick. But not anymore, because, well, now we have the Overgrowth spell, which should make this way easier. So, I think we're starting with the Queen on the left, right. I think right side. And then we have the Siege Barracks at the bottom side, and then we're going in here with an Earthquake all the way to the middle. Let's just do it. So, we're getting the Earthquake. I would just always start with that, and we take our time. Like, we don't have to stress. We're not playing a tournament where time is an important factor, right? We just do some legend attacks. We can take our time, chill a little bit, have a bit of small talk, I guess, all this good stuff. Now the giant arrow. Again, as I said, like level 1 would be totally fine on this one as well. And then we're using this. Let's support everything a little bit. And now the remaining Valkyries in here. Just like that. More Valkyries in here. And again, around about 4 Valkyries, that's what you want to like leave. And don't really, like, I don't know, do anything about it. Let's just rage now. Warn ability now. Queen is still looking fine. I think we can wall break that Archer Queen once. Do I have wall break here? I don't think I have. Wait. A lot of Valkyries went to the outside. Or actually, I think that's a good thing, no? I think that's a really good thing, actually. Because, I mean, the core, that's where my king is supposed to be, right? Like, that's what he's supposed to clear. Let's just add the Royal Champ to the mix on the left side. The town will wake up eventually. Right now, actually, let's just use the jump. King ability. We can use the phrase here. And this is just looking so good. Let's use another wall break so the queen can leave again. We can add even more Valkyries on the outside. Over here as well. Town hall's going down. Base is crushed. It's GG. It's just Valkyries because more Valkyries are more triple. Like, I'm still mind-blowing by the fact that Valkyries currently might be the strongest troop in the entire game. Which is... It feels so wrong. For everyone who is playing Clash of Clans now for quite some time, you probably know Valkyries have been on the worst side of the game for quite some time. They were like a supportive troop. You could use them in the early stages before the Electro Titans to like clear skeleton traps maybe, to add it with the hero dive. That worked. But other than that, that was pretty much it. They were not that great. But now with the last couple of levels, every single level Supercell has introduced with the, well, now overall level 11 Valkyries, it was 400 hit points. More, another 400 hit points, another 400 hit points, which is crazy. If you think about dragons or like any air troop, for example, most of them get like for each level around like 200. Maybe if Supercell is going crazy, 300 hit points. But like Valkyries get, for the last 3 levels, 400 hit points every single time. And by now, Supercell has pushed them that far that they have maybe went a bit too far. And yes, I know the overall meta is easy somewhat for most really active players out there, but I think Mass Valkyries are a little bit too crazy, especially because with those support spells, you're just so flexible, it's crazy. Okay, let's just do it again. This time around, we have one of those Invis Tower bases, and as I said earlier, this is the only purpose why we're bringing the Giant Arrow equipment. If you have no problem somehow, because I personally have not found like a really good approach on a lot of those Invis Towers without the Giant Arrow, you can bring like another equipment as well, like for example the Frozen Arrow and such. But I just, for me, it has worked the best by far if I use this Giant Arrow. And the approach, if there's 2 islands, what you want to do, you want to snipe across both early on, then get your queen into one of the first island pretty much, and use the overgrowth on the second, so the spell tower is not being able to like reload quickly, and then you can use the Royal Gem to clear out that entire compartment. That's the idea. That's what we're going to do. But let's just take things step by step. First, let's just get the wall break here, then funnel a little bit for the Archer Queen, funnel down here, just like that. And again, we can take our time. That's the nice thing overall with a lot of those strategies now, that they're somewhat quick, and this gives us the opportunity of like being, like taking our time, which is completely fine. On this one, I might have actually caused a little too much problem, because the Archer Queen is now struggling a little bit. Let's just use a lot of phrases here. Warn ability now. Overgrowth now here. I hope the Archer Queen eventually... Oh, let's just... Oh, I have so many Valkyries left. What am I doing? What is happening? Okay. Now the troops should go around the outside again. We can use the... let's just use the Earthquakes like this, so my Archer Queen and the remaining Valkyries can leave again. And then we're just adding the Royal Chant for the left side for the Invis Tower, which is currently not able to reload, which is exactly what we want to have. We can even wall break maybe those Valkyries in here. That might be quite nice. Yeah, some of the Valkyries are moving in. That's just awesome. We can use the King ability now, because I think... Was the Singer Inferno Tower locked on it? I'm not even sure. We can jump everything on the outside again. And by now, this base should be just completely crushed with the Royal Gem ability over there. And everything. And as always, it stays. More Valkyries are more 3 stars. It is just... This strategy has no weakness whatsoever. If you currently maybe have issues of like forcing some bases with the Root Riders, or having overall some problems versus some bases, or not getting 3 stars in general as often, and you're looking for a new strategy, go with Valkyries. It sounds stupid, but that's just the way to go currently. This might be currently the best strategy in the game. I have no clue. I will do more testing and see if I can do some adjustments to make it even better. But that's just my gut feeling right now. Those 38 Valkyries, you cannot stop them. You can just do them in a surgical way. You can just put them in. You have a counter to Invis Tower bases because they need to be kind of stacked, those Invis Tower islands, I guess. You activate them early with the giant arrow. Then you have Valkyries, which are just wrecking those compact compartments. The same obviously with Rage Towers. Then Poison Towers, you don't really care because the Valkyries are so tanky, and you have the Healing Tome. It's just insane. It's just really, really madness. And let me know how you feel about it. And let me know if you if you think as well, more Valkyries or more 3 stars. And as well, if you want to use the strategies, as always, link down below in the description. Thank you so much for watching. I wish you guys back tomorrow with the next video. Until then, see ya and bye-bye.